Game number 1 of the Rocky Mountain Lacrosse League Larry Bishop Memorial Cup, live on CROW LAX TV from Beaumont, Alberta. It's the Junior Outlaws taking on the Edmonton Warriors in game number 1. The Edmonton Warriors, kings of the north, the Beaumont Outlaws, hosts of the tournament. Looking to pull off an upset here after getting swept by the Rebels in round number 1 of playoffs. It'll be Brendan Onofrychuk on the draw for the Warriors, going up against Lane Wedman at the dot. Just waiting for a little bit of a helmet fix there. I believe that's Hunter Sika. Making sure he's strapped up, good to go. Ref is ready, ball is down, and we are underway at the 2023 Larry Bishop Memorial Cup. Caden Gulka. Loose ball off the draw. He hands it up for Graham Dickin. Gulka had a couple of goals in that North Final Series against the Rebels. Over to Ben Royer. Royer's to the middle. Low shot stopped by the Outlaws starter and Caleb Dorland. Dorland had a .736 save percentage in round number 1 against the Fort Saskatchewan Rebels. Inside cut there. And he's got to make another save on Luke Royer, who got right out in the front. Outlaws wearing their home navy blues, red logo, gold trim, going left to right on your TV screen. Warriors right to left, road whites, red shoulders, gold trim. Tate pinches between the pipes. Pass intended for Grayson Maloney, got picked off, and behind the play, Andrews ended up knocking down Justice Cutler, took away an opportunity for Rex Wolney. And the Outlaws are going to get the reset. Tompkins is on the half wall there. Help comes in the form of Kai Lee. Forwards push back into the corner, swings it up top. Grayson Maloney. Little cut inside, 5-hole attempt by Justice Cutler, and Tate Pinch makes the save. Pinch rocking a new bucket. He wore the Chrome Dome for the North Finals. Not sure if he switched up. Almost looks like Tied in Red, looks old one. I know Tony was talking about, hey, we should get him in a little bit of a better bucket. So now he's got one. Ben Royer's out of the corner, defended by Brett Murray. Royer up for Dewar. Dewar inside look. Shot comes off the stick of Liam Elliott. Another chance out in front, and Dorland's got back-to-back saves. Caleb Dorland, 4 straight saves to start the game, and Jacob Goudreau will find some help. Hildebrand hands it up for Preston Stewart. Greenwood's around the top. He's back in the lineup after battling an injury. Down for Ben Hobday, the captain. Hobday, wild pass inside, and with 5 on the shot clock, the Outlaws got to go quick or dump it in the corner. Long one on goal from Kai Lee. Save is made by Tate Pinch, and an outlet for Gulka. 17:40 to go in period at number 1. 4-2 are the shots on goal. Gulka lane for a second, but Wedman got in the way. Graham Dickin out trying to get to the middle. Dickin takes a couple of hits. Wedman steps into him. Up look and a roller on goal by Liam Elliott. Caught the left arm of Dorland. The Outlaws are a scrappy bunch. Now Goudreau goes for a run. You'll see him push the pace a lot in period at number 2 when you get those transition opportunities. Lee for Tompkins. Hobday to Maloney. For Hobday, and they'll keep it around the corner to Tompkins. Tompkins wants to drive short side. Tate Pinch got his right leg in the way, and it pumps out a play. You got the Blue Nets in Beaumont looking sharp. Makes it a little bit tougher to tell. Especially with the red jerseys. We got the contrast. You got blue shorts. It's an interesting matchup. Ben Hobday shot goes wide. Rex Wolney's got the loose ball. He'll post up in the neutral zone as Hobday's caught back on defense. Bouncer intended for Luke Royer. And the Outlaws are going to grab it in their own zone, and Eric Long. Long now turns it over, and Royer scores. And the Edmonton Warriors draw first blood. It's Luke Royer. 3 minutes and 34 seconds in. Luke Royer had 3 in the playoffs. He's got 1 more now at the Larry Bishop Memorial Cup. An unforced error in the D zone, and Beaumont's not going to be able to get away with too many of those if they want to pull off the upset like they did back in June against the Warriors. Tate Pinch now from the crease. He'll walk it out and throw the pass over to Carey. Ben Royer now. He'll burn around Hutchings. Jacob Goudreau to defend Ben Royer. Expect to see that matchup all evening long. Graham Dick into the middle. He'll throw this one inside. Ben Royer, low shot, goes wide. Shot clock's going to expire before Wellner Bate got to the ball, and now Taryn Hutchings. Thought about driving towards the oven, decides not to, and he'll let Eric Tompkins go to work. 2 goals against the Rebels in round number 1. Outside, Kyle Lee. It's a man up top, and Cutler wants to drive through a couple of defenders, and you're not going to get past Brendan on a fry check that easy. Turner now. Back for Tompkins. 2 to shoot. Tompkins is in the corner. Up top, and the save's made by Grayson Maloney. On Grayson Maloney, pardon me. It's a Friday. Everyone's just getting off work. Thanks for tuning in on CROW LAX TV. Hey, be sure to hammer that subscribe button as well if you're enjoying free lacrosse in the North all season long. Ben Royer with the ball. Warriors up by 1 now. Inside feed. Luke Royer was there, but the pass from Liam Elliott came in too hot, and Ben Royer walks it out front and scores. It's 2-0. Well, it's the offense we're used to seeing from the Edmonton Warriors all season long, and they added another 29 in the playoffs against the Rebels. They've got 2 now in the opening 6 minutes. Christian Lanthier with the scoop off the face-off. Wellner Bate up for Dewar. Drives through a couple of defenders, kicks it back to Elliott. Over to Wellner Bate. Wellner Bate now flip inside. Ben Royer stopped by Dorland. Hunter Sika. 3 goals and 1 assist in the playoffs in 2023 for Sika. Greenwood's up top, spin to the middle on the roll. Kick save is made by Pinch. Grayson Maloney to Sika again. Little twister inside. Ball got deflected by Flett, and Pinch made the save. Won't give up a rebound either. Back the other way, it's Pennick. Inside, Luke Royer for his second, and he's stopped by Dorland. Off the right pad, and now Goudreau wants to go for a run. Jacob Goudreau has Kylie up the floor. Ben Homdays on the back check, though. Goudreau, spin move, feed it outside, and Cutler's robbed. Big save there by Tate Pinch. Lanthier knocks it free, and it'll be Ben Royer at the end of an extended shift. Threw it away in his own zone. But Christian Lanthier comes back to settle it down. Still have 20 on the shot clock here. Eric Long, burned by Ben Royer. He cut to the middle, still has possession. Wellner Bate now. It's Dewar trying to go 5-hole. Dorland makes a stop. Caleb Dorland was between the pipes earlier in the season when the Warriors lost against the Outlaws. Bouncer on goal there from Weatherby. Off the shoulder, a pinch. Outlaws get the reset. Tompkins penalty upcoming as Maloney was dumped. Kylie from the corner. Out front, Pinch makes a save, and it bounces out of play. Brendan on a fried check. He'll be going to the sin bin here with 11:47 left to go. Period number one. Outlaws get their first power play of the game. Cross-checking is the call. Kylie will be up top on the power play. Led the team in points in round number one. 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points. Grayson Maloney's on his right. Ben Hobby will play the lefty crease spot. Preston Stewart and the righty shooter. Eric Tompkins is crease side. Back to Tompkins for a quick stick and a great save made by Tate Pinch. Preston Stewart now over the shoulder, and Pinch got a piece of it with the jersey. Stewart for Lee. Maloney back to Lee. Over to Tompkins, probably Stewart. His shot got stopped by Pinch. He got 8 and 88 on the far side of the floor. And an interesting broadcast angle here in Beaumont, so forgive me for that mistake. Van Royer, little swim move, shorthanded. Warriors unafraid to create some offense. Royer now tossed down by Jarrett Rogalski. Rogalski and Sika, 2 players who are absolute thorns in the sides of Fort Saskatchewan in round number 1. The rough stuff will continue, but a loose ball push get called on the Outlaws, so the Warriors get a fresh 30 clock. Now Ben Royer got taken out. No call is coming. Graham Dickett, little inside outside, trying to open up space. Defender Weatherby wasn't biting. Pass up top for Ben Royer, and it'll get turned over as Jacob Goudreau scoops it. 30 seconds left on this Outlaws power play. Penalty coming against Edmonton here. So it'll be 6-on-4 as Dorland goes to the bench. Maloney and Hobday play catch near side, and now it gets blown down. Too many on the floor. They'll say Dorland didn't go into the penalty or into the player's box. And so, hey, if you don't step in or make an attempt to, they got full rights to blow that one down. And so it'll be a 5-on-3 for 14 seconds. Outlaws bench isn't too happy about it, but I think they made the right call. Well, hey, thanks for the kind words, Pilly. I see the comment there. I appreciate that. And the tags, it means a lot. It's awesome to be able to come to these events and do them justice, because the players put in so much time and effort, the coaches, the managers, and for me to be able to spend time at the rink and call these games, it's an absolute pleasure. So I love being able to hang out here. And the Larry Bishop Memorial Cup, no place I'd rather be. Big save by Tate Pinch, his 12th of the games. Outlaws still on the power play for $140. Goudreau's up the floor. It's a 3-on-2. Backdoor feed. It's at the feet of Hobday, and he can't corral it. Hobday. Over to Stewart, and down to the corner for Eric Tompkins. Stewart now. Quick ball movement there. Maloney made the pass, and it was just Tompkins couldn't get a quick stick on it. Andrews the outlet. This is going to bounce 200 feet. Dorland won't get there, but Weatherby in time able to run around Dane Menon. Power play continues for the next 60 seconds or less, but the Outlaws got caught with 6 on the floor again. Quick change. Outlaws bench isn't happy about it, but 6 on the floor. If they're going to call it tight both ways, I don't think anyone's going to complain. You got a 3-man reffing unit, and I think they've been doing a pretty fine job so far. Graham Dickett up for Ben Royer. They can eat another 13 seconds off of this penalty kill. Ben Royer trying to cut inside on Hutchings. Double team comes, and he's pushed into the crease. Power play's got 20 seconds left to work with. Probably one more look. Kylie has the rock up top, waiting for a fifth forward in Preston Stewart. Hobday's down in the corner. Greenwood got it back up top, far side, and he scores. Welcome back, Eric Greenwood. It's 2-1. Well, they used up every last ounce of that power play, and Eric Greenwood up top tees one right through Tate Pinch. And it's now a 2-1 game with 8:01 left to go. Lanthier's going to overrun that face-off, and it'll be scooped by Marcus Hildebrand. Maloney's going to get the lone assist on that marker, and Beaumont now down by 1. Connor Turner battling for it. Maloney maybe got away with a bit of a push there, but they gave him a reset. Turner goes off for a change. Hobday's the fifth forward. Low shot, bounced on goal. Tate Pinch makes a save. And now I think he's going to want a water break here with 7:22 left to go. Period number 1. Warriors jump out to a 2-0 lead. Beaumont responded on the power play. We're back in 20 seconds on CROW LAX TV. Underway, period at number 1 in the Ken Nickel Rec Center. An electric barn went full, and I'm sure we'll see some better crowds as the weekend goes along. Graham Dickens out in front, and the crease dive is stopped by Tate Pinch. Up the floor, back to Greenwood, backdoor feed for Hobday, and it's picked off by Caden Flett. Probably the best defender left in the Tier 1 circuit this season in Caden Flett. Not many finer than 3'9" in white. Hard pick set by Luke Royer, and Ben Royer's going to have to drop the ball on the hard floor. Weatherby thinking about staying and playing. Ball went over to Tompkins, and help comes in the form of Kylie. Defended by Lanthier. Kylie now over the top, short side. Big kick saved by Tate Pinch. Looking like a young Dallas Elliott out there. Or Marty Brodeur, however you want to go. Lacrosse, hockey style. I'll talk both with you. Josh Stewart now 6 points in that North Final Series against Fort Saskatchewan. They took it in Game 3. 9-6 was the final on Sunday. Ben Royer down for Luke Royer's in the corner. Open the scoring in this game. Elliott trying to loft one in the middle. Ben's got it in the corner, and then shot goes off the post. Reset comes. It's still on the ground. Sika is back there. Help comes in the form of Taryn Hutchings. Push is called as Luke Royer was knocked to the concrete. And Royer now. Goudreau comes out to meet him. Dickin back for Dewar. Ben Royer. He'll take the outside shot. That got soaked by Goudreau. Sika can't get to the loose ball. Luke Royer will. Alota high goes wide. Dickin got dumped out in front, and Sika got tripped up. Just a jungle gym of bodies out there right now. Luke Royer's going to cause a turnover. Crease dive, and he scored. Oh, if that's the NLL, you find yourself on the top 5 reel. But the highlight reel is not going to matter on this one, as you can't do that in the Rocky Mountain Lacrosse League. Luke Royer fired up after it. In his mind, it's a goal. It's a confidence booster. You put one behind Darland on the scoreboard, doesn't really matter. Graham Dickett. Feed down low, and Greenwood's got it. Playing a little defense, and now he'll turn on the Jets. Eric Greenwood, the assistant captain. Dane Menon was on the back check. He'll float one for Hobday. Hobday jogs it in and throws a wild pass towards Greenwood. That's behind him and ends up turning it over. Ben Royer up top has one of the Warriors too this evening. Shots are 15-11 in favor of the home side. Post side, that is, I guess. Home and away doesn't really matter. Ben Royer cutting out in front, stripped the ball. Goudreau now in a battle with Wellner Bate, and Wellner Bate comes out of the maze of bodies. Got a shot on goal. He's going to have to go for a change after the fact. 1-on-4. Don't tell Aiden Wellner Bate it's over. Goudreau pulls back on a fried shot. Tompkins for Hobday. Grayson Maloney kicks it out. Greenwood backdoor feed intended for Hobday. Went off his stick and behind the nets. Cutler's on the back check on Caden Gulka. Gulka now. 2 goals in 2 playoff games for the young defender. 15 on the shot clock. Elliott now. Gulka's going to stay in play. Up top for Luke Royer. Down for Deward. Pass got deflected by Sika. 3 to play here in period number 1. Marcus Hildebrandt. The neon sneakers out for Maloney. He'll spin back on the half wall. Trying to throw it back, but Connor Turner came in to set a pick. Lads here has help up the floor, but he's pushed back as there's 5 Outlaws on defense right now. Graham Dickett, 7 goals in 3 playoff games. Ben Royer now spins around Kylie, the forward back on defense, and the Outlaws almost got away with it. Rogalski turns it over in his own zone. Now help comes in the form of Taryn Hutchings, and Rogalski, him and Ben Royer are going to get into it, and a call's coming against the Warriors. Well, now they're going to blow it down and call a hold. It'll be on Ben Royer. I didn't know if Rogalski was going to take one behind the play as well, but Beaumont's going to the power play here with exactly 2 minutes to play in period number 1. 1 for 2 on the man advantage so far, 25% in the playoffs. Eric Greenwood scored their lone power play marker, and they'll staple him to the bench to start this man advantage. Maloney for Hobday. Kylie. Stewart's going to play the righty shooter spot. Maloney won't shoot. Back to Hobday. Quick stick, and it's off the crossbar. Eric Tompkins with the touch pass, and Hobday unable to finish. Shot clock got reset. Minute 26 left to go in the period, and power play. Hobday and Maloney will play pass. Hobday's got some room if he wants to walk in a little bit closer. If the defender's going to give that to you, they might have to take a look at running that. Is on a fry chuck in the crease. Through an outlet for Flett, I believe. And he wasn't ready for it. Taps his chest. He knows that one's on them, but a lack of communication. Kylie for Maloney. 17 on the shot clock. Maloney scans the floor. His pass got knocked down by Gulka. Maloney, little spin up top. Lee has it. No reset coming. 5 to shoot. Lee steps into one, and it's going to bounce wide and out of play. Gulka grabs it. They got a chance to go for a 2-for-1, so they'll tell him to go, and Gulka's stopped. Now the Outlaws have it. They can call a timeout if they want. It sounded like Stu Sturparn might have wanted one for a second, but I guess they're going to save their timeout for later. Still in the power play. They're going to pull Dorland to go 6-on-4, I guess. Hobday. Maloney. Turner. 6 forward on the floor. Greenwood, another shot. Save made by Pinch, and it's out of play with 3 seconds left. Hobday's got it. Backdoor feed. He wanted to hit Tompkins there, I believe. Zip past his head. Tate Pinch, phenomenal in period number 1. The new bucket's working. Stop 16-17. Edmonton Warriors lead 2-1. We'll recap the period and more when we come back. Intermission time on CROW LAX TV. Time for period number 2 at the Larry Bishop Memorial Cup. It's the host, Beaumont Outlaws, taking on the North champion, Edmonton Warriors. Warriors opened up with a 2-0 lead thanks to goals from Luke Royer and Ben Royer. The Outlaws responded with a power play marker from Eric Greenwood in his first game back from injury. Tate Pinch made 16 saves in period number 1 for the Warriors. Caleb Dorland made 11 for the Outlaws. Beaumont in blue, Warriors in white. Refs having a little bit of a conversation. You're not exactly sure what's going on, but looks like they're happy enough to start now. Brendan on a fry chuck, Lane Wedman back at the dot for both clubs here, as period 2 is now underway at the Larry Bishop Memorial Cup. On a fry chuck off the draw, drives and throws a twister on goal, and Caleb Dorland's got his first save of the period. Outlaws 1 for 3 on the power play. Warriors yet to get an opportunity. Sika down for Greenwood. It's off a pinch and off the post, I believe, as that bounces to the corner. Maloney defended well by Kyler Andrews. You want to watch a defender who puts 100% effort in every shift. Watch 10 in white. Sika up for Greenwood. Pushed back by Gulka. Greenwood around him to the net, and he's stopped by Pinch. Outlet for Gulka. Backdoor feed. Luke Royer's there, and Dorland with the left arm got in the way. Josh Stewart now swings to the wrong side to grab the loose ball. Rogalski knocks it down, and now the Warriors got caught with too many on the floor. Refs are calling it tight both ways here. Eric Long down to Hobday. The Outlaws captain, still goalless in the playoffs. Now he takes a shot. That one's off the post. Almost a broadcaster's jinx, eh? We don't believe in that here on CROW LAX TV. Alrighty, Eric Tompkins has it now. Big reason on the power play, but now with Greenwood, he's going to have a little bit more pressure on him to produce. Maloney, outside look, 5-hole save by Pinch. Rebound by Turner, and he's stopped again. Connor Turner is robbed on the rebound. Obding threw this one back down for Stachniak. Got deflected by Stachniak, pardon me. Lanthier up the floor. Backdoor feed for Wellner Bate. And they'll say steps in the crease. So it'll be Outlaw ball here. 17:52 left to go, period number 2. Thanks for joining us. Let us know where you're watching from. Jump in the YouTube chat. We'll give out some shout outs here as the broadcast goes along. Peyton Cook now. Pushed into the boards by Andrews. Ball ends up on the concrete. And Justice Cutler slows it down. Help from Preston Stewart. Feed for Greenwood inside, and Tate Pinch, another phenomenal save. Boy, he's been the difference maker as Greenwood bounces this one into the ceiling. Not for Pinch. It could be a 4-2 game, if not more, for Beaumont at this point. With Warriors head coach VDM before it, he said, hey, we know exactly what the Outlaws are. They're gritty. They'll battle. They beat us in June. Ben Royer. Pushed back by Goudreau. He's knocked into the boards. Keeps his own, though. For Luke Royer now. Bobbled it for a second. Shot clock expiring. Fadeaway shot. Dorland made the save, and it ends up behind the net. Hildebrandt, inside move around Liam Elliott. Hildebrandt down for Lee, over to Hobday. He'll go behind the back, got it on goal, and the save is made by Pinch. Caden Gulka. All right, pick was set by Stachniak. Stewart back over to Luke Royer. Luke Royer's inside. Dorland makes a save, but a penalty's upcoming. Holding's going to be the call, and I believe that'll be Alex Wildeboer as the guilty party. Pardon me, Jackson Weatherby. Holding's the call. Warriors going to the power play for the first time in this contest. 16-12 left to go, period number 2. It's Cody Jansen with you. Connect on Twitter, Janner on PXP. If you got any fun facts, you need a shout out, that's where you can get at me during the game if you're not in the YouTube comments as well. Warriors on the power play. Graham Dickens behind the net. Liam Elliott, shooter spot. Let it go. It's off Dorland and out of play. Dewart will play up top here on the righty strong look. Van Royer now short side. Dorland moving to his left, put his body in the way. Floats up for Dewart. Dewart's inside and he scores. Josh Dewart avoids the crease on the power play. It's his second of the playoffs, and it's 3-1 Warriors. And that's why you don't take penalties against this Edmonton Warriors side. Face-off shoveled back by Wedman, and Dorland's going to grab it in the crease. Oh, they're going to call that a backhand. Maybe a little soft after a face-off. Dewart's got another spin and snipe. It's 4-1 Warriors. Oh, that could be on the tournament highlight reel. Josh Dewart, spin move to the middle, got in the slot, and he rips one low on Caleb Dorland. The lead's up to 3 for Edmonton. Luke Royer grabs the assist. It's his 3rd point of the game. Funny enough, was talking with Mr. Dewart the other day and said, hey, your boy's got to shoot more. Well, that'll work out for you. Well, he's got 2 already in the period here. Van Royer now is knocked down by Wedman. Aiden Wellner bait. Can let it rip from the outside. He's got a pretty good low-to-low here. We'll see if he wants to use it. Dewart back for Luke Royer, able to grab Dick in, and it's off his shin. Peyton Cook now goes for a bit of a jog, and Cook's got a head of steam right to the net. Won't go. Maloney on the rebound, bounces that way. Back the other way, it's Rex Wolney. Wolney's got a partial break. 5-hole scores. Transition save at one end, transition goal at the other. Rex Wolney has his first of the playoffs. It's 5-1 Warriors. Outlaws are going to have to stop the bleeding here. They've allowed 3 goals in the opening 6 minutes of this middle frame. Only unassisted. Luke Royer has it now. 15 on the shot clock. Aiden Wellner bait now. He's got room to shoot, and he's stopped by Dorland. Jarrett Rogalski now back over to Stewart. That's a big kick by Pinch. Left pad safe. Knocked down. Greenwood somehow controlled it. Can't beat Pinch now, and Greenwood's on the ground. This does not look good. Eric Greenwood looks like a little bit of leg discomfort there. The trainers will run out and tend to him with 13:23 left to go in period number 2. We'll step aside for a moment on CROW LAX TV. Eric Greenwood, the Beaumont Outlaws assistant captain, is helped off the floor, and that's not a sight you want to see with game number 1, not even at the midway point. Luke Royer now trying to go 5-hole again. They beat Dorland a couple of times there. Reset comes, pass for Ben Royer, got knocked down by Jacob Goudreau. Poked forward by Weatherby. Weatherby has Goudreau up the floor. Jacob Goudreau now cuts out in front and he scores. In transition, Jacob Goudreau makes no mistake. He finds the back of the net. It's 5-2 and the Outlaws got a little bit of life back on that bench. Two goals on 27 shots certainly won't cut it, but that one stops the bleeding, and now we'll see if they can get on a roll of their own. Was wondering if they're going to give Weatherby an assist on that one, and they will on the Goudreau marker. Ben Royer fired one off the defender. Dewart, he's on hat-trick watch already. Dorland got the better of him that time. Rebound as well. Back-to-back saves for number 0. Tompkins slows it down. Pardon me, that was Murray. Inside feed. Cutler was alone. Went off the shoulder of Pinch. Bounced way up into the air and flattened out. Sends one up the floor. Goudreau got back and got there just before Liam Pettit could catch a breakaway pass. Goudreau wants to run. He's got the flow, and it is flowing nicely out the back of the helmet. Kai Lee walks himself into a maze of bodies, and he's stripped of the ball. Dane Menon in the corner. Maybe a double or a triple spin move. The Dwight Schrute special, as John Fraser would say. Hutchings controls. Peyton Cook's up the floor with them. Over to Cook. Low shot. Pinch makes the save on a 3-on-2. Boy, the Outlaws have had opportunities. They are just not able to finish. And maybe that's the extra week off compared to the Warriors. Maybe that's just how good Tate Pinch has been all playoff long. .843 save percentage in that North Finals for Pinch. He's only improving on it tonight. Ben Royer for Luke Royer. Pass got knocked down. It was poked by Rogalski into Dorland. Stretch feed. Stewart's all alone and he scores. He snuck behind the defenders, and Preston Stewart meets pinch to make it a 2-goal game. First of the playoffs and provincials for Preston Stewart and the Beaumont Outlaws. Getting some offense rolling here, down 5-3 with 10:52 left to go in period number 2. Three different goals for the Outlaws, 3 different goal scorers, and 3 different assist getters as well. They're sharing the love on offense. Backdoor, Wellner Bates all alone, and he's stopped by Dorland. Aiden Wellner Bate able to slide his way inside. Couldn't capitalize. Peyton Cook now threw it back for Lee. It's going to bounce right into the catcher's mitt of Tate Pinch. Flatting around Hutchings. Little fake drop off for Elliott. Now he sends it over to the rookie. Elliott for Dickin. Graham Dickin. Ben Royer near side. Pass got knocked down by Cutler. Outlaws and Stu Sturpar are not afraid to run guys out both gates as the ball bounces out of play, and they'll give the Warriors a reset here. Luke Royer for Dewar. And Royer scoop feed. Luke Royer's inside, and Dorland again. Save number 22 in the game. Well, I wouldn't quite call it a goaltending battle, but we've seen some clutch saves at both ends after defensive breakdowns like that one. Hobday for Stewart. Preston Stewart represented Poland at the World Juniors last year. Down to Cutler. Save is made by Pinch. On a Frychuk. Played a little bit of forward in the North Finals against Fort Saskatchewan. Now Liam Elliott stepped into the lineup for game number 3, and he was damn impressive in his one playoff game so far. Ben Royer. Lane won't shoot. Dewar. 5 on the ticker. Now he will, and the rebound gets out to Elliott. Warriors forwards weren't ready for it. All 3 of them just went straight to the bench, and they weren't looking backwards. Ben Royer. He'll drive around Sika. Shot misses. Dewar got a piece of it. Wedman eat a healthy hack, and now back the other way is Brett Murray. Weatherby, an extended shift for the defenders, so I think they're fine not to push it in transition. Turner, down for Maloney. Kylie's in the middle, had room short side, and he just pulled it wide. This one will stay in play, so Andrews out on Lee wisely. 2 to shoot, and he'll just loft one wide. Outlaws are holding their own. To call them a scrappy bunch is an understatement. They will go toe-to-toe with anyone, as they've proven all year. And again, if not for a couple of blown leads, their record in the regular season would have been a lot better than 6-14. Shot by Dickens. Save is made by Dorland, and we'll get a water break here. 7:16 to go. Period number 2. 5-3 Warriors lead. We're back in 20 seconds on CROW LAX TV. Back underway here in period number 2. 7:10 remaining. Preston Stewart up top. Might have rolled an ankle there. Hobday for Cutler. Finds Lee up top. Lee now swings it back to Hobday. 5 on the shot clock. Gulka steps into him. Hobday now. Outside look, short side. Eric Tompkins tried to cut in. Rebounds on the ground. He'll get scooped by Justice Cutler. Cutler now 3-on-2 if the Outlaws want one. Tompkins won't shoot in time though, and now Sika gets it up top. Lee had his stick knocked out of his hands. Penalty coming. Dorland to the bench. 6-on-5. And now the Outlaws got caught again, sending that 6 forward early. Second time this game that's happened. They're going to the power play here. Interference will be the call on Dean Menon. Off the floor, we keep an eye on Preston Stewart, who is now walked down the tunnel with an apparent leg injury. They already lost Eric Greenwood in this game. He's got their lone power play goal here. Outlaws will go to work with 6:28 left in period number 2. Well, as I talk about missing Eric Greenwood, he is back on the floor there. Well, there we go. Went down the tunnel and had his gear off. Now he's back on, and good to see him back on, that it's not that serious. Maloney now got all sorts of tied up with Gulka. Ball ends up going back. And the Outlaws, well, a little bit scrambled there. Now they'll get their 5th forward on the power play. Warriors PK is set up. You got Flett and Andrews up top. Tompkins for Maloney. Lee, it's Tompkins. Short side, pinch with a save. Rebound for Greenwood, and it's wide. To Greenwood, far side this time. It goes off the body of Anna Freitschuk. Hobday over to Tompkins. Quick stick, and he's robbed by Tate Pinch. The Cold Lake kid, phenomenal through the opening 35 minutes of this one. Caden Flett strikes the pose, and now Goudreau steps up, and he'll avoid the over and back by inches. Dewar pushed by Cook. Dewar will drive, and the shot comes after the shot clock had expired. 15 seconds left on this Outlaws power play. Kind of like how they scored the Greenwood goal earlier. Kylie. 2 left on the power play. Tompkins. Back over to Hobday. Good stick got in the way by Lanthier. Gulka defending Hobday, the 277s. Hobday got tossed down, and Maloney couldn't get the quick stick off. The other way, Graham Dickin was out in front. Rogalski was down. Dorland, now, that one goes off the post. Might have caught him in the chin as well. Kind of a weird shot at an angle as he was moving over to his right. Liam Elliott pops one out for Dickin, hit him in the stick, ends up in the corner. Van Royer on the roll. Dorland drops down. He's got the rebound on Luke as well. Sika now behind. A double pick got set by Dorland. Sika goes for a jog. Cutler's off the bench. But they sent a lefty off the bench there instead of a righty. If there was a righty, that's a transition opportunity, which they've capitalized on multiple times. Hildebrandt's shot is wild. Pennick ends up kicking it forward. Shot clock will expire on the Outlaws, and maybe for the best that Pennick missed that one, because now they get their offense on the floor. Graham Dickin, back pedal. Shot goes wide. Wellner bait. Back for Royer. No reset, though. 15 on the shot clock. Ben Royer has a seam over to Elliott. This one's off the netminder and into the ceiling. Wellner bait now. Down for Ben Royer inside. And Dorland's kicking with a save 28 in the game. Royer dumped his defender and Jackson Weatherby on the wall. No call is coming. Cutler finds Tompkins. Down to Greenwood. Shot on goal. Save is made. Rebound won't get scooped there as Eric Long came in to help out the forwards. Back the other way. Wolney up for Dane Menon. Dane Menon on a break. Couple of fakes and he's stopped by Dorland. Caleb Dorland keeping the Outlaws in it with 2 to play in period 2. Dewart will be defended by Hutchings. Dewart now drives out in front. Save is made. They'll call a crease violation as well. And I believe they're going to want to wipe the floor here with $1:54. Kind of like a timeout if you're the Beaumont Outlaws right now. Well, floor is wiped up, and we'll get into the finale of period number 2 here. $1:54 left. It's Cody Jansen with you on CROW LAX TV. I'm on social media at Janner on PXP. If you want to connect, you got any shout-outs you need on the broadcast, you can get at me there. Ben Hogdick for Kylie. Lee down for Hobday. He wasn't expecting it. He's on the wrong side of the road as well. Tompkins trying to get around Flett. Pass back over to Kylie. And again, the Outlaws forwards are in all sorts of shambles right now. Tompkins bouncer on goal. Easy save for the Edmonton Warriors netminder and Tate Pinch. His goals against average was 7 coming into this contest. Working on lower end that as the seconds tick away. On a fry chuck. Ball got popped out of his stick by Maloney and it was settled down by Elliott. Luke Royer now to the slot. Luke Royer back to Wellner bait. Doesn't get that pass cleanly. Now Weatherby got pushed back in. Ben Royer up top. Stu Sturpard wants pressure here, and seems like the Outlaws are happy to sit back, as are the Warriors. Wellner bait keeps it on the outside with Ben Royer. They'll throw a bouncer on goal. Dorland makes a save. And there's about a 5-second differential. Shot clock, game clock. So no opportunity to pull the goalie. Pass for Hildebrandt. Getting another offensive look here. Little fake move with Turner. Ball went back over to Greenwood, who was hiding back door. Couldn't get a quick stick on goal. Greenwood in the corner. 7 seconds left. Trying to go short side. This is going to bounce down for the Warriors, who will get a timeout in with 4.6 seconds left. Graydon Cornfield and company get the clipboard out with 4.6 seconds left, and they got to draw up a play here. Up 5-3 in period number 2. Well, the Edmonton Warriors will go 6-on-5 here to close out the period. They're only going to have 4.6 seconds to work with unless the refs decide to add some clock on here. Not exactly sure that will be the case, though, as I thought they were pretty close. There was about a 5-second differential shot clock and game clock, and they blew it down when it had expired. So I think the conversation's actually where they should start from. The shot was at the end of the shot clock, and then it bounced back. You would think they would make him start from the Warriors' net. But it looks like they're giving it to him from the corner. They'll say it bounced down there before the shot clock had expired. We'll let you make your own judgment at home. 5 seconds left. Warriors up by 2. Elliott for Ben Royer. Graham Dickin right inside, and he scores. Down, Graham Dickin's gonna eat, and it's 6-3 Edmonton Warriors at the end of period number 2. I don't think the Outlaws are going to be happy about the result there, but Graham Dickin has his 8th of the playoffs. First of the game, and it's 6-3 Warriors. You would think if it was a goal, you'd do a face-off as a formality, but they'll say it was as time exactly expired, and that's how we'll close out period number 2. Edmonton up by 3. Third period coming up next on CROW LAX TV. Period number 3 is underway in the Ken Nickel Rec Center. It's Cody Janza with you on CROW LAX TV. Edmonton Warriors in white, Beaumont Outlaws in blue. Edmonton got a late goal in period number 2 thanks to Graham Dickin. Put them up 6-3. Grayson Maloney flips it for Cutler. Pass goes through everyone, and Sika's going to get it with about 3 on the shot clock. Sika, bouncer, goes wide and high. Beaumont actually out shooting the Edmonton Warriors, 37-36. Tate Pinch has 34 saves. Caleb Dorland has 30. Dewar over to Ben Royer. Ben Royer skips one over to Liam Elliott. Sent that into a maze of bodies. Golski got hauled down, and Taryn Hutchings will get it up the floor for Jacob Goudreau. Goudreau ended up putting his stick up in the air there, put it in a vulnerable spot where Dane Menon was able to knock it free for a second. And now Eric Greenwood's going to have to battle with Rex Wolney in the corner. Pardon me, that was Menon, not Wolney. Outlet from Pinch. Outlaws wanted to back in. Won't get called, though. Ben Royer now. To the middle. Little flip behind the back. Intended for Aiden Wellner-Bate, and he was ahead of the play. Goals for and against mean a lot in this tournament, and if you're the Beaumont Outlaws, that one at the end of the period, not just a backbreaker, meaning the hill gets harder to climb, means that come at the end of round robin time, you've also got to make up for that in the plus-minus department. A lot of the time, these round robin tournaments where they just take the top 2 teams will come down to that goals for and against. We've seen it work in their favor and against for the Fort Saskatchewan Rebels pre-COVID, as Eric Tompkins just dumps this one down, and they'll get 5 fresh D guys on the floor here. You wonder how the Edmonton Warriors approach this period. Theoretically, probably should be one where they can extend on this lead and pad the stats a little bit. But the way the Beaumont Outlaws are playing, nothing easy is coming their way. Luke Royer stopped by Dorland after the shot from Graham Dickin went wide. Now Dewar took out Goudreau. Sika and him will have a couple of words. No Preston Stewart on the bench here. Left the game with a lower body injury. Liam Elliott on the roll, and Dorland moving to his left got in the way. Rogalski. Covered by Royer on the back check, and Ben Royer got his stick in the way for a second. Eric Greenwood now bullies his way to the middle. Shot got deflected by Rex Wolney. And back the other way. It's a break for Pennick. Liam Pennick all alone. It's off the iron. Aiden Wellner-Bate runs up the floor. He's over to the middle. Shot's going to go wide off the helmet of Wedman. Bounced off the boards, off his bucket. And now he's got to run into a triple team. Liam Elliott, the rookie, causes a turnover. Student of the game. That's what everyone says about 6 and white. And would not be surprised to see him play an A-ball sooner rather than later. Wellner-Bate now over the top. Bomb got deflected into the corner, and Beaumont's got it thanks to Jackson Weatherby. Eric Tompkins is off the bench. Connor Turner as well. Outlaws using 8 different forwards in this game. Ball got intercepted for Brody Stachnia. Outlaws missing a couple of guys in this one. No Sebastian Simonson, Jacob Chalman. And as for the Outlaws, relatively healthy coming into this. No more Alex Wildeboer on the lineup. But Eric Greenwood's back. Van Royer with the shot. Ends up behind the Outlaws net. Graham Dickin got a good swipe in on Peyton Cook there. Ref was standing close and he says not going to call it. And so we'll play on here with 14:52 left to go in period number 3. Hunter Sika. I liked his series against the Rebels. Boy, he's a thorn in the side of players, but he can also play. It's exactly what you want. 3 goals and an apple from him. Maloney now spins back for Sika. Put that one a little low, and it bounces into the ceiling. Caden Gulka has the offensive unit flying off the bench, and the Warriors. Graham Dickin. Shot goes what? Times it feels like they're happy to slow it down, and at other times they're going at 100 miles an hour. Looking a little bit off compared to how their offense was clicking against the Rebels last weekend. Now it's Wedman up the floor. And his team never had control, and no argument coming from Vadiep as the shot clock will expire. Eric Greenwood inside to Cutler. The big lefty now got stripped of the ball. Good defense by Lanthier. Here goes Gulka. Gulka, fake pass to the middle. Wants to shoot and he scores. 3 goals in 3 playoff games for Caden Gulka, and it's 7-3 Warriors. Took it the length of the floor, and he was able to beat the netminder and Caleb Dorland. Makes it a 7-3 game with 13:35 left to play. Face-off violation called against Wedman. Tate Pinch is going to grab a goal, an assist on the Caden Gulka goal. Stewart now. Little low to low, bounces wide. Now it's on net. He'll make that save. It's number 33 in the game for Caleb Dorland. Had a .736 save percentage in that opening round series against Fort Saskatchewan, where the Rebels swept him in 2 straight. Rogalski. Ball intended for Hobday. It's over his head now, and it'll be a break for Dane Menon. Rogalski's on the back check. Dane Menon now trying to spin to the inside. Penalty coming against Rogalski. Menon with the swim move. And I don't think they reset the shot clock for him. Now they will. Refs will count it down. 6 on 5. Pinch is on the bench. Van Royer tells Luke to hurry up. Dewart, the late man, off the bench. Liam Elliott. They got to get a shot off. Wellner beat Will. Rebound by Dewart. Stopped as well. And a cross-check call is coming against Jarrett Rogalski. Warriors power play 7 for 15 in the postseason so far. It's a great setup here out in Beaumont. If you're watching and you're within driving range, definitely come check it out. You get the food trucks, you got the atmosphere in the rink, you got great lacrosse pretty much all day long for the next 4 days. And, of course, that final Monday at 1 o'clock. Here goes Jackson Weatherby short-handed. Weatherby on a break. Stopped by Pinch, and cross-check by Luke Royer. Sends him flying. This one could be a major. Luke Royer certainly knows he's going to the sin bin. Has he got a cross-check on the numbers? It's just, what is the punishment going to be? I think they're giving Luke Royer the gate here. Luke Royer is getting the game here per the refs, and now we'll see if they throw a 5 on the board. I think 5 for a hit from behind is going to be the call. So Luke Royer is hitting the showers with 11:53 left to go in period number 3. I think we're going to do a wipe of the floor here as well. Reps are still discussing things with Stu Sturpine. So we'll let them get it settled out and get a wipe of the floor here. We'll step aside. 11:53 left to go in period number 3. It's Cody Janza with you on CROW LAX TV. Well, we'll play 4-on-4 for $1.41 out here, and then it will be a 3-minute and 19-second power play for the Beaumont Outlaws. They're sending everyone back to their bench as well. Could be a penalty shot or, well, kind of waiting for an official call. I think they are going to give Jackson Weatherby a penalty shot and a major power play. I can firmly say I did not know you could do both. But that's why there's people smarter than me, and they're on the floor wearing stripes. So Jackson Weatherby will get a penalty shot here. Just past the 12-minute mark in period number 3. I don't know why you got to scoop it up off the ground. But here goes Weatherby on pitch. Weatherby, the righty, and he's stopped by Tate Pinch. Pinch will give him an earful as he heads off. If ADF wants to have words with the ref as well. And now I think they've sorted it out, so it will still be 4-on-4 for $1.41. We just had to get the formalities out of the way, which included a penalty shot. Wedman on a fry check, back on the draw. For the Outlaws, well, you can chip away here and that. Goals for and against always seems to come into play during these provincial weekends. Now it'll be well, they blew it down as an over and back, but they weren't shorthanded. So since it's even strength, it definitely should not have been blown down. Ref's mistake, they made up for it. Aaron pass now. Wedman has it in his outlets over to Sika. Ben Hobday headed down the tunnel there to get looked at. Justice Cutler's inside. And that's been the story of the game for the Beaumont Outlaws. In the rust versus rest debate, it's been all rust in this one. Pass ends up behind Greenwood, and the sloppy play continues from the Outlaws forwards. 2 goals from forwards in the game, only one off of set offense. That was Greenwood on the power play. Goudreau scored in transition. Preston Stewart scored in transition. Graham Dickens up top. Over to Wellner Bate. Big set on Goudreau by Ben Royer. Dewart now around his defender to the net, and he's stumped by Dorland. Eric Long now will go for a jog. Grayson Maloney in that left crease spot there. Rogalski's going to get out of the sin bin in a second, and now they'll get their 5th forward on the floor. Greenwood up top on the power play. Turner, Maloney, Kylie over to Greenwood. He'll shoot and score. Eric Greenwood, bouncer, top shelf. It's 7-4. I think he's a lock for some power play time now. Eric Greenwood. And as Teddy Jenner would say, bouncers will go. Beaumont down by 3 with 9:57 to play in regulation. The Warriors have struggled on the road, and thanks to our CROW LAX TV statistician, Mohamed Joma. The Warriors are 6-5 on the road this season, including playoffs, of course. Their road wins, they beat Beaumont once, they beat Mountain View once, the St. Albert Crew twice, and Lethbridge once. So they have yet to beat a team above 500 on the road this season. Lee Grayson Maloney grab assists on the Greenwood marker. Power play continues. Probably no, it does not. Although it was a major, I think since they gave him the penalty shot, he can't score 2 on it. Ball's going to bounce down. Warriors got possession of it, got a shot off, so Dorland had to be ready for it. Grayson Maloney. Andrews is on him. Preston Stewart. One of the 4 goals in the game for the Outlaws. Plenty of time for a comeback. Not a lot of time for turnovers. Grayson Maloney now. 10 on the shot clock. He'll get inside. Try to flip it for Hobday, who's back on the floor. Now Maloney and Andrews will gather in front. Rex Wolney dropped the ball for a second, and now he's going to sprint out just like he planned. Wolney one-on-one with Goudreau. Hobday's on the back check. Now the ball's on the concrete, and Jacob Goudreau's going to jump on it. Goudreau bounces it off the post and out of play. Oh, I got a text from our statistician, Mohamed Joma. They did beat Fort Saskatchewan on the road. I did see that in there too. I'm just not good at reading. So sorry to that for Mohamed Joma for messing up his great stat pack that he provides us. Preston Stewart now. Bouncer goes wide. Kylie in the corner. Ball bounces past him where Dean Menon runs up on it. Hey, if you're enjoying free broadcasts in the North and on CROW LAX TV all season long, be sure to hammer that subscribe button. Again, no charges, no pay-per-view here. It's all free to watch. Derek, in the chat, winner goes to the Founders. Well, winner of this tournament does, yes. The final will be Monday at 1 o'clock. It's round-robin style, and then teams 1 versus 2. After the round-robin, it'll play on Monday. Winner of that goes to the prestigious Founders Cup in Port Coquitlam, or POCO, as the kids call it. Wedman outside for Sika. Hunter Sika, one of those players, he's got a good shot. He just hasn't used it too much today. I'm not sure he's even got one on goal. Tompkins, bouncer. It's in front for Hildebrand, and he can't tuck it home. Tate pinch now. Rips one at Dewart in the neutral zone. Ben Royer's back after an extended shift. Hildebrand lost his stick, and it's an on-man rush. Dewart the other way, and you'll say he stepped in the crease. That would have been the hat trick for Josh Dewart. Weatherby will scan the floor here. 20 on the shot clock. Outlaws down by 3 with 6:45 to play in regulation. Obdate. Feed for Greenwood. Bounces on goal. Caden Gulka now. Lone goal for the Warriors in this third period. Spin move through a couple of forecheckers. Wellner bait now. Backdoor for Dickin. Goes off Dorland and into the netting above the boards. Dewart and Ben Royer are up top. Ben's got 1 in the game. Dewart has 2. Wellner bait. Back over to Dewart. Circles up top. Low shot. Misses Rogalski. I think he didn't want to get hit by that one. Bouncer to Peyton Cook. 2-on-1. Peyton Cook now. Partial break off the crossbar and into the ceiling. That's 3 posts now in the past 2 periods for the Beaumont Outlaws. Exactly where the difference maker lies. Kylie now rips one off the post. Beaumont's getting their looks, and they've been able to beat Pinch a couple of times as Stachniak back the other way responds. Brody Stachniak with another transition marker for the Warriors. It's 8-4. Well, isn't that funny how lacrosse works? Posts and big saves can end up in the back of your net quicker than you think. Tate pinch, and the blue pipes getting the work done. Brody Stachniak back the other way. Caught the Outlaws sleeping, and it's 8-4 for the Warriors. Back out in front, and somehow Lanthier couldn't beat Dorland. Flett and Pinch will grab assists on the Brody Stachniak goal. Weatherby peels back on Rex Wolney. Grayson Maloney now drives towards the net, short side, and Pinch got in the way. Kylie trying to strip Dane Menon, Warriors assistant captain. Menon's not too happy about that, then it'll be Edmonton ball. And Royer now has a one-on-one with Eric Long. Decides to wait it out here and use the shot clock. Graham Dickett for Aiden Wellner bait. Ben Royer over to Dewart, far side. Save is made by Dorland. The Edmonton Warriors, when fully healthy and fully on the floor, are definitely the favorites to win the Rocky Mountain Lacrosse League Tier 1 circuit this year. The issue? Well, they haven't always been healthy, and on the road, they have not been tested too much. Their one win against a team over 500 was the Fort Saskatchewan Rebels in the regular season. Back the other way, it's Panic on a break, trying to go to the backhand shovel shot. A little too fancy for that skill set, and he drops it in the corner and steps in the crease. I like the creativity, though. Just a tough play to pull off if you're not Curtis Dixon. Sika now down the highway, and he scores. Hunter Sika's got his 4th of the postseason, and it's 8-5. Where has that been all game? Sika cuts down the middle, throws it over the shoulder of Tate Pinch, and the Outlaws back down by 3. .328 left to go in period at number 3. Shots dead even at 45 apiece. Tate Pinch and his posts have been the difference maker. His sister Ava scored a goal in the playoffs. Wonder if Tate's going to get one this weekend. Lakeland Heat Tier 2. They got a pinch between the pipes as well, and she was called up to the Junior A minors this season. Eric Long will grab an assist on the Hunter Sika goal. Good defense there by, I believe that was Weatherby. Got a stick in the way. Sika he'll drive out in front, and he scores. Oh, that's a close call. It looked like he was walking the line. Ref says no goal, and it's no goal for the Outlaws. Aiden Wellner bait. Beaumont gonna have to throw in a bit of pressure here. 2:40 left to go as Wellner bait got clocked by Goudreau. Graham Dickett boots it over to Ben Royer. Ben Royer inside cut moves, stripped of the ball by Hutchings. .213 to go. Outlaws keeping Dorland in the pipes. Again, goals for and against huge in this tournament. Late. Out to Maloney. Greenwood on goal. Save is made by Pinch. Kylie now. Pushed in by Andrews. Behind the net, Stewart tried to go off the back of Tate Pinch's head. And it bounces out of play after it goes off the crossbar. On a fry check from the crease. Back up for Ben Royer. Couldn't catch it cleanly. Forecheck comes from Jarrett Rogalski. Over to Graham Dickett. 1 goal in the contest for him. 6 on the shot clock, and Ben Royer uncharacteristically drops another pass there. 2 on the same shift. You don't see that too often. Now Dorland's going to go to the bench. They'll run it 6-on-5. Sika for Hildebrandt. Hildebrandt steps into one early and bounces it out of play. Now the Warriors might have a chance at the empty net. Caden Flett with it. Dewart all alone, and the pass bounces away from him. Graham Dickon follows it up. Dickon pops it back. Liam Elliott's there. He'll take a cross check from Weatherby. Ben Royer drives around Hutchings. Attempted to go short side, but the shot clock's going to expire. And now Graham Dickon and Hobday are getting into it. Could see this one getting evened up. You probably got a delay of game and a roughing. Words will continue there. It should be Warriors ball considering they got the second penalty. Or pardon me, the Outlaws got the second penalty, that is. Stu Sturparn's not happy about something, so he's giving the refs an earful. I think he's taking another unsportsmanlike conduct. So it would certainly seem like it should be a Warriors possession here. And with 33.9 seconds left, would essentially mean they can drain out the clock. Refs are now having a word with Stu Sturparn and explaining the case. Each side has a 2 on the board, but the Outlaws penalty box is still open. I think they might have got an extra unsportsmanlike conduct from the bench if I had to guess. Alrighty, still to come tonight on CROW LAX TV. The Red Deer Rampage. The darling of the Rocky Mountain Lacrosse League this year. When the Central, after finishing in third, get the Calgary Shamrocks. Hey, they said they wanted that smoke. They got it on night number 1 against the best team from the South. Red Deer versus Calgary comes up 8:15 start time. Don't trust me. I know I said 8 o'clock before. It'll be closer to 8:15 after the opening ceremonies. Well, it looks like the Outlaws are serving an extra 2 for unsportsmanlike conduct, and the Warriors are going to use a timeout here and delay the game even more. Okay, we'll take a quick break. 20 seconds, and we're back on CROW LAX TV. Vady up and Grid and Cornfield having a word with the offense. Again, goal differential can play a huge part here. Generally, you'll see a tie over the weekend, and that puts teams at that 2 wins, 1 loss, 1 tie mark. Sometimes, maybe 3-1, maybe you'll see a tie in there, and then goal differential can decide essentially if you're playing on Monday or not. We've seen it come down to the craziest of situations. I remember the Rebels, I believe one of the reasons they didn't get it one year, was they pulled their goalie and got scored on. Josh Stewart's got it up top, and the 4-on-3 power play commences. Wellner bait for Dewart. Back to Ben Royer. Up top for Dewart. Short side. Dorland makes a save. Liam Elliott's pass. Well, he tried a no-looker, and it got deflected. 7 seconds left. Hutchings stripped of the ball. Wellner bait has it. And he'll run it back in victory formation. The Edmonton Warriors win the first game of the Larry Bishop Memorial Cup. 8-5 the final score. Josh Dewart, 2 goals. Tate Pinch, 41 saves. An impressive win for Edmonton against a gritty effort by the host. We're back in just over an hour's time. Red Deer, Calgary. That's coming up next on CROW LAX TV. If you can make it, it's not that far of a drive out. They got an awesome setup here in Beaumont. If not, we'll talk to you in an hour on CROW LAX TV.